Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm Michael Kuzilny, and the show is called Tough Times. And remember, tough times never last, but tough people do, and you're one of those tough people. Thank you very much for watching over the last few years. We've had probably thousands of people on this couch, gutsy enough to share their stories, and I send my love and best wishes to every one of them. If you're having some issues in your life at the moment, just remember, you won't go through the fire forever. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Things always get better, and every human being goes through tough times. In fact, I remind myself every morning, viewers, that life is tough for everybody. We just have to make it better. It's uphill all the time, and we sort of get used to it, you know, the financial issues, the relationship issues, the losing loved ones, and then, of course, there's people out there, God bless you, suffering from cancer or other diseases, and some of us have to leave this planet a little bit earlier than others. But just remember to make the most of life, enjoy yourself, and smile and be happy, because as a good friend of mine said just before, you don't have to be serious all the time. And Jeff, thank you very much for coming on.
You're welcome. You've
got a lovely smile, and you've had a serious life, but it hasn't been that bad, has it?
No. No, it hasn't.
But viewers, Jeff Hillman is a good bloke. He's been through everything. He was given up by his mum when he was a young fella, living on the streets, got into every drug under the world, including the old smack, which is a crazy drug, committed crime, hasn't been to jail, but now he's got two beautiful little daughters, trying to clean up his life, going to Odyssey House.
Yep.
How old are you now, Jeff?
I'm 31 now.
You're 31, yep. And it all started, you know, it's so important having two parents, isn't it?
Yes.
Who love you and who support you. But your deck of cards of life wasn't that way, was it?
No, it wasn't.
You know,
no.
Some would say, what a shit start. But you can turn that shit start into a good start, because I always say we all get a deck of cards in life, and that's who you are, and then you just have to make the most of it. Do what you can with what you've got where you are. Tell us, Jeff, how it all started. How old were you when...
I was 6 months old when I was given up to the welfare department by my mother and father. They separated.
Did you see your dad?
No, he's disowned me. Yeah. I have very limited contact with my mother. The only real contact I have is with a lady that is like a grandmother to me.
So you, Jeff, grew up as an orphan in a way?
Basically, pretty much, yes.
And where was your home?
On the streets, basically, from the age of 8. I was raised in a Lambie till I was about 6. From there, I was put into men's homes for children in Frankston, where I basically lived my life till I was about 8.
Menzies Homes for Children. Did you form some good friendships there?
Yes. There was a cleaner that was there, and she took me under her wing. She's like a grandmother to me, and basically has been there since I was first.
God bless you. So that basically became your family unit.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you said you've been. What sort of drugs have you tried?
I've been on cannabis since I was 8. Basically, I've done every drug from cocaine to smack to pills.
And in the last few years, ice has been around, and that's been a real problem, hasn't it?
Yes, I was a big ice addict when I was younger as well. More so speed, but then it went on to ice, and from there it rose to smack.
Yeah. How long on the smack?
I was on the smack for a good 5-6 years.
Yeah, and I suppose during that time, trying to support your problem, Jeff, you would have done a lot of burgs and a lot of... but no armed robberies?
No armed robberies. No. Didn't have to go that far, thank goodness.
But other people you knew did armed robberies, yeah?
Yes. My partner actually did armed robberies before I met her.
Your partner,
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
But since she met me, she's tried turning her life around.
Why did she do it?
More so for the heroin addiction.
Yeah.
We're both on the program now.
Did she ever end up doing any time?
No, she was very lucky not to do time.
Very lucky. And Jeff, you also, what sort of crimes did you commit when you were going through all that dark phase?
I committed burglaries, thefts, car thefts, all with my brother. Basically, he was kind of the person that looked over me.
Why did you commit those crimes?
Mainly to survive, growing up on the streets, drugs, food, cigarettes, just to get by everyday life.
So when you did those burgs, anybody ever wake up and say, "Get the hell out of my house"? And any sort of confrontations?
No. We always made sure no one was home at the time. Never wanted any confrontations. So.
And looking back now that you've sort of in the process of cleaning up your life, how do you think about that? You know, how do you feel about all that sort of nonsense?
I regret doing it. Wish I hadn't.
Yeah.
Just glad that I was able to change my life around before I actually got put into prison.
Yeah.
Where my brother wasn't as lucky.
There's a little voice in all of us, isn't there? That little voice that talks to us every day, and that's such an important voice, isn't it? And you really have to think happy and positive thoughts, because I always say the first hour of the day is the hour of power. I usually tend to meditate for half an hour and then go through some positive affirmations. But you really have to bombard your mind with positive thoughts, everyone, and then of course it almost becomes like a chain reaction. You know, they say positive things happen to positive people, and I think if we have a positive mind, we talk ourselves into feeling great. Yeah. You know, we activate a positive world. And when we're having negative thoughts and we're going through some tough issues, but we don't snap out of it, we tend to activate a very negative world. We almost become a magnet for unfortunate circumstances. And it's like a domino effect, isn't it, Jeff?
Yes, it is.
You know, I've been around this criminal justice system for 25 years. Everyone I speak to has got some issues. You know, the wife left, someone died, I'm on heroin, on alcohol, you know. And I think rather than sympathy, I show empathy, you know. But I tell people to snap out of it, you know, and just to change their mindset.
A lot of people turn to addictions due to that.
Yeah.
Losing a partner or being lonely or just trying something as an experiment. But basically, once you've tried it and you're hooked, it's very hard to quit.
And what's your advice to people out there? A lot of people on drugs, you know, so many people on drugs and depressed and suicidal. What's your advice to how do we stop the cycle?
My advice to anyone that's listening is that drugs are no good. They won't make the situation any better. If anything, it makes the situation worse in the long run. It might make you feel better for the first couple of days, but in the long run, it doesn't help. That's
some good advice for you, isn't it? And it's sort of what we hear at school, it's what we hear from our parents, but I suppose if we want to take drugs, we take drugs. Makes some people feel good. It's like the grog, isn't it? We've all been smashed and, you know, we wake up next to somebody and want to chew our arm off, you know. But it doesn't matter how many ads there are for alcohol, you know, will kill this and that. People still get smashed every weekend and get into violent assaults and beat up their partners, and the cycle continues. But we'll be back very shortly with this great man, Jeff Hillman. Don't go away.